Good morning, I'm Neva Manu, and this is your morning news fix for Thursday, 30th of November. In this update, the Prime Minister says he's committed to unclogging the economy. Christopher Luxon has unveiled the government's 100-day plan with a heavy focus on cutting spending and easing living costs. That includes removing Auckland's fuel tax, scrapping the clean car discount, repealing 3 waters and new RMA laws. Luxon says it's disappointing to see the Reserve Bank warn it may have to raise interest rates again in the future.
Essentially because of the abysmal economic management of the last Labor government. I want to be crystal clear about that. There has been economic vandalism on a scale that we have not seen before.
And a warning for mortgage holders not to count on significant rate cuts anytime soon. CoreLogic Chief Property Economist Kelvin Davidson says people should budget longer for higher mortgage rates.
It does suggest that perhaps for those shorter 1 and 2 year fixed rates, that pricing in rate cut or thinking about lower mortgage rates is probably something for perhaps 2025, not 2024.
A group of mayors says they're looking forward to improving water services with the support of the new government. The new administration will repeal 3 waters reforms within 100 days. The last bill of the legislation passed in August and would see water services combined under 10 regional entities. Communities for Local Democracy co-chair and Manawatu District Mayor Helen Warboys says this is about retaining local ownership. She says the model being considered under the coalition government would give councils time to talk about working together. However, a new report is highlighting the long road ahead for New Zealand to achieve its water quality targets. It evaluates the state of 4 contaminants: nitrogen, phosphorus, E. coli and sediment in rivers, lakes and estuaries across the country. Every region needs a substantial reduction in at least one to meet freshwater standards. 75% of land is contributing more E. coli to water than is allowed. Cawthron Institute scientist Roger Young told Tim Dower the findings highlight the magnitude of work ahead.
It might require land use change in some of the regions, whereas in other areas where the reductions are smaller, so less than 30% change, then mitigation.
Firefighters are working to extinguish a large blaze in Auckland's Mangere Bridge. Fire and Emergency Shift Manager Gareth Lewis says they were called just before 3 a.m. and on arrival found multiple houses well involved. He says there are 14 fire trucks on scene.
We have 3 ladder trucks and 3 specialist appliances attending.
Lewis says all people have been accounted for. Meanwhile, 13 fire trucks were called to a blaze at a commercial site at Rosedale on Auckland's North Shore last night, which has now been extinguished. In sport, Kane Williamson's become the first New Zealander to score hundreds in 4 consecutive cricket tests. He's guided the Black Caps to 266 for 8 against Bangladesh, a deficit of 44 after 2 days of the opening match at Sylhet. Netball Australia has made a short-term pay offer, which would allow contracting to begin for next year's super competition. Long-term negotiations continue with the Players Association. Finally, England captain Owen Farrell is unavailable for Rugby's Six Nations to prioritise his mental well-being. I'm Neva Manu. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at midday from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.